Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are playing with some e.l.f. favorites. I am trying out a couple of new products, at least new to me, from e.l.f. I have a couple viral hacks to test out with you. I have the eyebrow stamp, I have the bronzer down the center of the nose trick that I saw on TikTok. So if you want to play, if you want to see all that in action, just keep watching. We are starting with the viral eyebrow stamp. This is from the company IMethod. They reached out to me and asked if I would try their eyebrow stamp. So of course I said yes. Who doesn't want a shortcut to doing their eyebrows? So it comes with stencils. You get lots of different choices of stencils to figure out the best shape for your eyebrow. It comes with a couple of spoolies, which is nice. And then it comes with the brow powder. It does come in different shades, comes with directions. Very, very cool. So the shape that I picked is Queen. As you can see, that is the shape that I thought would match my brows the best. We're going to do this on a natural face, and what I'm going to do is, this is where the powder comes out. You have a sponge and the powder is actually in the cap. So what you do is you twist it in the bottom there to get the product onto the stamp. You're going to make sure that the brows are brushed up. Now I haven't tried this with my soap brow technique that I like so much, but I'm definitely going to continue playing with this. I'm going to put this shape on my eye. I'm going to hold it there. Wish me luck. So the secret is not to let it move on your eye. So I'm just going across. Moment of truth. There we go. So you can see, let's go ahead and do the other side as best we can, and we're going to go in. There we go. Now, when I look close, they look even, so it looks like my lineup was straight. What I would do is then I would just clean it up a little bit. I grabbed my brow pencil from Essence, and I also grabbed the NYX Lift and Snatch. Little tip on the powder, make sure you twist and cover it back up or the powder will dry out. I'm going to start with the pencil. Maybe I'll do one eye with the pencil and one eye with the NYX. So what I would do is just pull this forward just a little bit, because and brows are a personal preference. Some people like them a little bit further out. Do you see that? Just a couple little flicks, and I filled in the front section. You can use one of the spoolies that they gave you, which is convenient because the Essence one doesn't come with a spoolie. Let's try the NYX Lift and Snatch with the other side. That's easy too. I prefer the pencil, so I'm going to go back in with the pencil. And I like a little bit of a natural undone look to my eyebrow here. So I'm going to do this. And then maybe, if I were being very particular, I might clean up underneath with a little bit of concealer. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Camo Concealer that I have right here, go into that spoolie, or the brush on the other side of the spoolie, and just clean that up a little bit. Just go and make sure that line is perfectly straight. So what do you think? I think they look great. I think this is a great option. I believe this was less than $15. I will make sure I post the price. I will put all of the details on this product in the description box if you'd like to check it out. Not a sponsored video. They did send it to me for my honest opinion, and honestly, I think it is a great time saver. So I give it 2 thumbs up. Moving on, we are going to play with some e.l.f. favorites, and I do have one more bronzer / contour hack to show you. So let's jump into e.l.f. I have an entire full face of e.l.f. here, but I do have a couple new products. The first, not so exciting, is that I picked up another shade of the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I have this one in the shade Medium Sand, but I wanted to pick it up in a slightly deeper shade, so I picked this one up in Tan Neutral. So this we can use to spot conceal, this we can use to brighten. The other new thing that I picked up was the e.l.f. Matte Setting Powder. I have the Halo Glow. I'm going to use that under the eyes, but I'm going to use this for the rest of the face. And everything else are current. One more new thing. This brush. So Alexandra Alex, I will post a picture of this YouTube creator, but she is just so stunning with her eye makeup look. She's a stunning person, but she talks about this brush all the time from e.l.f. and I looked everywhere. I looked at all my drugstores where they sell e.l.f. I looked at Target, I looked at Walgreens, and I could not find this particular brush. Now this brush is the Detailed Crease, and I looked on the e.l.f. website. They had it, but it was out of stock, so I have been patiently stalking and waiting for this to come back in stock. It did. I just knew I was going to love it, so I ordered like 3, but we're going to put this baby to the test today. Let's go ahead and prime the eyes. I'm going to use that deeper shade of the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I just realized I have a new eyeshadow palette to play with as well. I picked up the, is it Rose? What is it called? Rosewater. The Rosewater eyeshadow palette, so I'm excited to play with that as well. We're going to do our eyes first, but I'm going to throw a little e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer on, just to help smooth that skin. I have the matte and the regular. While that sets, we'll jump into the eyes, and we're going to play with this Rosewater palette. Let me swatch it for you. You have various shades of pink, rose, and that brown looks like it has maybe a tinge of plum in it. Let's go in with this e.l.f. Detail Crease brush, and I'm going to go in with the obvious choice for crease, and that is the shade right here. Going in with this deeper shade here, and we're going to work on that outer edge. Same brush. Go in with this bright shimmer on the lid. Gonna take a flat brush and mix these two colors on the bottom lash line. I'm going to trust the process because I'm not sure I am feeling these tones on, maybe it's my skin tone or maybe it's just my eyes. So let's keep going and see if this comes together. I'm going to clean up my fallout. I'll be right back. Under eyes are cleaned up and re-moisturized. We are ready for some liner. This is the e.l.f. Satin Eyeliner in black. I do like that there is a sharpener built into the tip, so you can just sharpen it while it's in there and it'll make a nice sharp tip for you. Went a little thicker on the outer edge and then went thinner, thicker, thinner, little on the waterline. This is not my favorite eyeliner, but it will do in a pinch and it's very affordable. Lashes are curled. Let's go in with a little e.l.f. Big Mood Mascara. I have Lash It Loud and Big Mood. They are each good mascaras. This one can be messy, so you want to be careful. The wand is quite big. I've heard this compared to Too Faced Better Than Sex. I have not tried that one in a long time, so I can't speak to that, but I know that the wand is big, like Too Faced. So one coat does a pretty good job of length and volume, but I'm going to go in for a second coat. Top mascara is on. Let's move on to foundation. For foundation, I have the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. It is a good foundation. I've had the traditional one as well. I like this one. I think this one is a little longer wearing. This is in the shade Light 210. Nice pump applicator, has been compared to the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I think I'm almost out of this. Put a pump and a half or so on there. I'm just going to use my NYX blending brush. A little bit goes a long way with this foundation. Foundation in the hair. I would call this a slightly dewy finish to the skin. I did not need all of the foundation. So just remember, don't go in too heavy with this. I could see it looking heavy on the skin. So now we'll go in with that deeper concealer. This is the Tan Neutral. And let's go in a little around the nose. Couple problem areas. And for under the eyes, we're going to go back in with that lighter shade, which was the medium sand. I feel like I could use a little brightness under the eyes. I do love the e.l.f. Camo sponge. Mine is in my dirty pile, but I do recommend it. It is really nice to use under the eyes. I actually own two of them. They both need to be washed. I have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer as well. I prefer the regular, even when I tend to get dry under my eyes. I just feel like the original has a little bit more coverage. So that looks nice. Let's go ahead and tap that out. We don't want any creasing to happen. Go ahead and set that with the Halo Glow powder. It's got a little bit of luminosity to it, extremely lightweight. Brightens, lightweight, smoothing. Before we go into our matte setting powder, I'm going to go in with a little e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. I believe I put it in as a fail in one of my makeup monthlies, but I want to give it another try. It's in my collection, playing with e.l.f. I have the powder bronzer to go on top of it. Let's just play. You never know. I'm going to go in with a stippling brush. This one is from BH. I've never tried it with this brush before. I think I have an unpopular opinion in not liking this putty bronzer. If you have it and love it, let me know. But I just don't find it to be the easiest to apply. I just don't think that is the smoothest application. Tell me what you think. It doesn't look terrible, it's just not my favorite. Let's follow it up with a bit of highlighter, and I do not have an e.l.f. highlighter. So let's go back into that rose palette, and let's go back into that lightest shade and put a little bit of that on. Tell me if you have a highlight from e.l.f. that you enjoy. So I remember trying one once that I was not a fan of. I'll do in a pinch, a little pinky highlight. We have let that bronzer set for a minute. Let's go in with some good old e.l.f. bronzer powder. And this is one of my favorite setting bronzers because I feel like it's a little lighter. It's not quite as opaque in tone, like it requires a little more building up. So when I'm using a cream bronzer, this is one of my favorite bronzers to set it with because it's just not too intense, because I tend to be a little heavy-handed. All right, that looks nice. Let me show you my bronzer hack that I saw on TikTok that I thought, oh, that is cool. Now, I've seen lots of different techniques for putting bronzer or contour in your nose. Tati says you're supposed to flick it on either side. I've taken a smaller brush. I struggle. It could be the shape of my nose. I have like a little box on the end of my nose. But what I saw on TikTok was to take a brush, load up your brush with bronzer. I'm going to tap off the extra. Take a small brush and take it on the other side. See that skinny part? Line it up to your nose and just go down. And what happens is it keeps it straight on your nose. Did that work? I don't know. I feel like it's heavier on this side than it is on this side. Am I crazy or am I right? Let's take a little bit of powder and see if we can fix that. When I saw it on TikTok, it stayed white down the front. Let's put some powder on. I'm going to go in with the matte setting powder. My skin looks a little more matte. We need blush. And for blush, I have the Putty blush that I do enjoy for the record, but the shade that I have is like a rusty terracotta, so I didn't think it would go with this look. So I picked up my powder e.l.f. blushes, and this is a quad. that looks like this. And it's got some pink tones and some peachy tones and a little warmer tones. This is the dark blush palette. And I'm gonna go in with, I think I'm gonna go in with this shade, which is a little bit of pink. But these blushes are great, super pigmented. Make sure you are light-handed and very long lasting. I've had this blush palette a long time and it is still going strong. I'm gonna put a little bit of this into the eye. So this shade, which is the same shade that I used on my cheeks, and I'm gonna put it on the eyes. And let's see if that perks up this eye look a little bit. This is Zoeva 227. I'm going very light-handed. This is also a nice hack when you really want to make sure that the colors you're using go together. If you use the same shade on your eyes and your cheeks, you're for sure gonna have all your colors be cohesive. I like that. I think that added something to the look. Let's throw some mascara on the bottom lashes and then we'll move into lips. Bottom mascara is on. For lip liner, we're going to use the Retro Paradise lip liner. These are still on e.l.f.'s website. I'm not sure if they are in stock. e.l.f. really needs to come out with some new lip liners, but this is one that came in that set and they're good lip liners. For lips, I have the matte lip color, and this is in the shade Wine. These are long lasting. They are a little draggy across the lips, so be aware of that. But once you get them on, you could put a moisturizer underneath them, but they do stay on very well. What I like to do is blot and then throw a little gloss on top. So even when you blot, like hardly anything came off. And my favorite gloss from e.l.f. is their Mint Melt Gloss. This is in a chocolate color, but I'm sure it'll look just fine. This seems to be a different formula than e.l.f.'s regular gloss. The regular gloss I find to be a little more sticky than this one. This one has a really nice smell. It's got that minty undertone. I would love to have more shades of this, but I do have lipstick on my teeth. That completes this look. I hope that you had some fun playing with e.l.f. Super affordable. They are one of the top brands at the drugstore, if you ask me. If you are not on their website, signed up for emails, you are missing out. They have fantastic sales. The day that I'm filming this, they actually have a free shipping sale going on, but they always have really good deals. As the brow product, I want to thank IMethod for sending this to me. I really think that it is a nice, viable option for somebody who doesn't know what they're doing with brows or needs a very quick fix. I'm sure that you would get used to putting these on your eyes and patting it on, and then maybe just putting a couple hair strokes in the center and then going. It's going to give you a done look in just a couple of minutes, where a lot of people spend a lot of time on their brows. So I think it is a great option. I say give it a try. Everything that I have on my face is going to be in the description box and linked for your shopping convenience. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. I post videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I would love to have you join me. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you want to see in the future. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Have a great day.